Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D. So this will be my reading for the collective for the upcoming week ahead, starting like Friday here, the 25th, all the way through. I'll do to Thursday the 11th, the 30th here. So this week we don't have too many oppositions. It's actually quite a positive week with the planets as can be. There's always a balance with things. We do have, coming closer to the end, it's not quite there yet. I would be more my next video about it. But we do have the opposition with Mars coming up with Venus and Mercury. So we do have that coming up more next week though. But this week we've got, so the moon will move from Sag all the way through to Aquarius. So in the top end with the moon, our emotions will be, I feel like, quite strong. You'll be feeling quite things going in order. We do have that Sun, Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius, so that I do feel like this is about risk in relationships, being free, being free, to do with our finances, relationships here. It's about communication as well, being more confident to say what we need to express, what we need to say. There could be thinking about travel plans or even like starting relationships as well with this. We've got this Pluto, which is still going to create havoc. We're going to be interesting times ahead, especially for Pluto when it comes into Aquarius next year and then it retrogrades back. Because I feel like part of this week will be government plans, like be a shake up in government to with their plans. Their plans won't go through or won't go ahead with certain governments around the world. I feel like it's going to be, for governments, it's going to be a time of instability that's coming in. I do feel like this, like Saturn is going to, and even towards the end of next week where we got the moon conjuncting Saturn, this can bring about a little bit of worriness, but I do feel like Saturn's energy could come through this week with perhaps me seeing boundaries or trying to block some of the energy of the Sag area. We might hear more about the cyber attacks or about the conflict between people as well. I feel like can be coming up. We do have Jupiter, which is now direct going forward, and soon in December we'll be going into Aries, so it is still in that Pisces energy. So it is that luck with that media delusion, but also spirituality coming in towards this end of the month. I feel like people are embracing spirituality at the moment coming in, but I also feel like with the Chiron energy we do got to be careful of victim mentality that's coming in. But I also feel like there could be unexpected communication coming up this week with people, and it also could do with relationships or finances or money coming in. And I feel like it's about people like sort of staking their claim. Also, people are really looking at their life purpose, how to make their life better, about focusing on their work and hard work and creating more work for themselves. And we've got this Mars still in retrograde here in Gemini, which is going to be there till January of 2023. So when we're going to the new year, we are going into a new year with planets, some of them still in retrograde as well. But I feel like it's a lot about knowing limitations this week too. What I've got here, what I was like looking at, writing down, I've got here that for this week that we need to create our own unique balance. Everyone's balancing what they think is balance. Like everyone has their own view on things. So it's about what your own unique balance, your life balance can be. So try to stay motivated as best as you can. I feel like there's going to be lack of motivation this week, but it's trying to stay that focus, being motivated as best as you can this week. So keep to your plans and stay on track and stay focused. So again, with that motivation. So I feel like it is important to stay track on what plans you're making up and where you're going. I've got here the victim mentality. People will talk, blame games. I feel like there's Chinese whispers going on here around you or around us this week. And I've got here aspect of trying to break free from the mold or wanting to be freedom. There's going to be, I think, about freedom, an aspect of freedom here We got inspire and create. So try to be inspiring, or try and get inspired and create new positive things, and even outlooks. I feel like this is more of an outlook of a view, especially how we got this Sag energy, a lot of this Sag energy coming up. And I got here, don't be bossy. People might be a bit bossy. If like it's not a month to boss people around. Let's always look on the bright side of life coming up here. Always, that cloud having that silver lining. We've got don't let life pass you by. And again, there's something about lies. I feel like there could be lies or manipulation. It's like seeing through the fog of things. And yeah, with the shake up the plans with governments coming up for the week ahead. I feel like people, it may be coming up to Christmas, there's always some people feeling a bit lonely. But it's also about creating and making those plans in now so that doesn't happen. I feel like it's now is the time to start making up the plans and also being inspired. Okay, let's have a look. This week could also be about networking, forming alliances, having some bit of breakthrough moments. But I also feel like there's just this thing of people so much being annoying, but it's like Chinese whispers. I keep getting like Chinese whispers. Let's have a look. The cards. It's not like knowing your will. Oh, first card, networking. So I feel like it's going to be about networking, really establishing, and I feel like this is about money or finances, career here. I feel like this could be a week of wanting to research things and find more about things, about certain topics. We got here about so I do feel like, though there's a mixture of things coming up here in the cards, I do feel like a lot of it is about work and relationships. There could be an aspect, I feel like, especially with people in America, of like sackings. And I hope everybody's safe in New York. I wanted to answer those video questions, which I'm going to do when I'm away, video and all those questions that people are putting down in my prediction videos. But I did see the snow blizzard in New York. But I feel like there could be one coming around Christmas. Another one coming. Let's have a look here. Okay. So this week, coming up with the cards, I do feel like there is, I said, networking, but it's also thinking about work, like having to level up with work, taking that next step, taking a bit of risk-taking here. But I also feel like it's about contracts coming in. So I feel like there could be new contracts, as well as I keep hearing mass sackings. So while I feel the planets are pretty good, but I just feel like, especially people in America, there's like mass sackings about to happen with big or large corporations. I know we are already seeing it with Google, or not Google, the Meta, and I think it was the one that the tweet one. So I forget the name. We don't really use that one here in Australia. People use it, but in Twitter, we don't really use it. It's not a big thing here in Australia. But I just feel like there's going to be more mass sackings, and it's about the organizations being quite spoiled, and they're not playing the game fairly, and they're not caring about people or what they have to go through. So just be careful of that. And I feel like you'll get an inkling when this is about to happen for some of you. But I do feel like there's a thing about contracts, people moving around in workplaces, or that you're waiting for that level up. For most of you, I do feel like there will be like a backing here. There is a sense here of knowing your self-worth, and knowing that's like your Supergirl here, knowing your self-worth, and that you do have what it takes to go up. And sometimes when we have these things that aren't so positive to us, it leads us on a new path, and we end up in a completely different spot, and it's we end up on a different path, but there's a reason for everything. There could be some wild weather this week, some wild storms, wild weather. I also feel like there could be like also some mass protests happening on around the world that could get out of hand or a little bit dangerous, or governments also swapping money around. But again, there's like this lie factor of telling lies to the people, that people are going to see through the lies this week that come out. And there is about here about relationships, and I feel like we're looking through the fog with relationships. We're being more enlightened, we're more knowing where we want to go, and where there is happy times here with relationships where people are going to be more fulfilled in their relationships. I feel like it is a risk. It is a time of taking risk and for love and to try out new things and to go out. But it's like I feel like the online is not working. We've got Saturn in Aquarius, so problems with technology. So I feel like finding love online probably not the best idea. More about face-to-face interaction and trying new positive ways. I feel like the online relationships this week, it's going to be chaotic or not work out the way that you sort of want it to. But I just feel like there is a thing about money, embracing money or embracing the bonuses, but leveling up, taking that next step. There could be risks coming up here too, but it's like no matter what happens, good or bad, things do happen for a reason, and there is an outcome or why we're wanting as well. Okay. So let me get a channel for anything else coming up for this week. I do feel like there's going to be a finger pointing or people being accused of something. Like a blame game is going to be going on. And again, I feel like I'm in America with this, some sort of blame game happening as well. For those in Victoria, I know in Australia, my friends in Victoria, you got your election on coming up here tomorrow on Saturday. My fingers are crossed for you. And as I predicted, I don't feel like he may get in again at Dan Andrews guy, but I feel like he's kind of on the way out. But we'll know. But my fingers are crossed for you down there, because it is a lot of it. I feel like with everything that's coming on here and I also feel like travel. I feel like we want to go somewhere that's hot, like escape, or trying to create some sort of like virtual holiday coming up this week. But I do feel like it's a week where we're trying to really get away, go out, but spend time with families too. But it's something that I feel like there's a lot of online communication happening with different things and creating like this network. Something about creating a lot of networks this week. Okay, let me just see if I can get a channel for you guys for this week. This week is going to be an exceptionally busy week for all of you. You're all going to be off your feet and run off your feet, and it's going to be extreme busyness to do with your work and relationships and overall reality of your life. Family are going to want more of you, your work are going to want more of you, and relationships can be quite demanding. However, it is time to take some time out for yourself and to celebrate what you have done for this year and celebrate the hard work that you've put into your life. It is a time where you do what you have to do, and you do not listen to other people's foolishness or other people's lies. For you need to know your truth and your truth worth and where you're going to ahead. It is time for you to create a balance, a work-life balance. It is only a little bit left before the end of the year is here. Before you know it, it will be in 2023, and then we will start over again. For you're ending your yearly cycle, which is not really an end of year. It is still life goes on, but as you are structured in the way of your living, you have this as a yearly cycle. The new year is going to be filled with a lot of drama and new possibilities and new things coming in. For the world is being set up for big changes ahead, and you'll all see soon about what is going to be coming up to a front. And for those who still have their heads stuck in the sand, will get a reality check and a kick up the bum, for they will still soon see, for what other people have been saying, the minority is going to be coming to more of a reality, but in a different way and different aspects. Okay, so let's do the 4-card spread. I'm going to do these cards today. Let's have a look here. 4. So we got card number 1 here. Okay, so with this card here, I do feel like it's about a new beginning for you. It is a very spiritual card. It's about peace, but it's also about freedom, but also looking in the bright side, the positive side of life, looking at where, like, try not to be negative and knowing that miracles and good things are happening around you. It's also about creating a balance. And I feel like it's about creating a new, like there's something new, something about newness or new beginnings with this, or a new cycle is happening or going to start happening around you with this card here. And I feel like also this card, there's a busyness to it. So I feel like it's about not forgetting or trying not to forget too many things. Card number 2, which is this card here, is about love. It's about relationships. I feel like it's about being open, embracing new relationships coming in. Emotions will sort of hang in the balance, or you won't be too emotional this week. There's things about the home where it's like you want to avoid something at home. And I feel like it's a card of openness, but also romance and fun, and in just enjoying even your own company, but enjoying the fun that's around you. Card number 3, which is this card here. I just feel this card is about being free. It is we're wanting to. I feel like it's a good week to be in water, but also feel like it's a week where your third eye may open, or doing more like meditations to open up that third eye, having that connection to source this week. It's seeing the beauty of things too, and even like when things is being rushed or being quite reckless, you're still trying to look things in a different way and a different outlook. But it's about trying to break away from limitations and things that are keeping you bounded or trapped, and trying to be more of a freedom fighter. Number 4, this one here. With this one here is like rainbows. So I feel like possibilities positive, being things that are coming true. This could be an aspect of you feeling a bit scattered this week, or not knowing if you're coming or going. But there's like you're working towards the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So finances. I feel like there could be some sort of like holiday taking place, being near mountains. I do feel like it's a week for you to go within. It's a special week navigating through the life and life journeys, but you're making plans this week. You're making plans for next year. You're being settled. You're embracing the changes around you. You're being quite positive, and you're suppressing negative or people who are wanting you to do things their way. You're sort of downplaying that, but embracing more your uniqueness in what you're going to. Okay, so thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments, and I will see you for my next video. So I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you again. So bye for now.